Wowza, wowza, world.
Go ahead and warm up a little bit. I don't generally like to use my pencil, but I've been learning sometimes it's okay to do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to start here kind of with the configuration of my facial features. So I'm going to start here with like with a triangle shape here. Maybe something like this. So I just start with like a light triangle shape. Okay. And then from here, I'll go ahead and get my marker out. And then we're going to attempt to draw this picture right here. Let me take some of this other paper out since we don't need all this paper on the desk. Let's put that over here. All right, so let's see what we got here. All right. So we're going to start with, what can we start with? You know what? We can start with our nose shape here. Maybe, or the eye shape, nose shape. Let me see. Okay, that's my nose shape there. I don't know if I'm gonna get this one right. I feel like I overshot it on the eyes. I'm just keeping this one simple. This is just my warm up. So if you can't do a simple drawing of your person, that means you're not doing it right. You gotta do it simple. So there's gonna be some simplicity type stuff right now. Okay. And then after this, we're gonna do a couple of comedians. I'm thinking I'm gonna do I don't know, maybe Rodney Dangerfield. Who else do I want to draw today? I don't know. Eddie Murphy. Yeah. And explore the comedy in my life anyway. Hold on one sec here, guys. Let me just there we go. All right, so let me see here. Let's go ahead and do this little curl right here. Just try to make it real simple. Just an open shape there. Okay, and then maybe something like this here. And then let me see. What about over here? What can I do over here? Should I, maybe if I make a little stem off of the glasses, come down here with my sideburn shape. Keep it real simple. And then let me see. Come over here. What kind of ear shape is that? I mean, it kind of has a lot of fold underneath the bottom there. So that looks like it kind of mimics the shape that I want. And then I guess from right here down would be my shape for that. And that's a good thing that I did right there, because sometimes when I just draw this line right here, this part winds up being a little bit too small. So now here we'll have our straight line shape coming down. Now this is supposed to feed into this line here. Should I guess I just do it like this. I'm just gonna keep it simple. Okay, put the back here, come around here, and then we want to go with this. What's this shape up here? Well, we can go with this back shape. So we can, sometimes what I'll do is I'll just feel my way around the shape, because I'm imagining like a globe is right here. Okay. Yeah. And then over here, I want the shape to be kind of outwards like this. Okay. And then we'll just do this shape here. Okay, so that looks like a good shape right there. All right, looks like we did a pretty good one right here. All right, so I'm just gonna just kind of do a real basic shape in right here, a little basic idea. You guys remember this stream is for, you know, I try to draw like everybody's beginning. I'm not here to show off like how cool how cool I could draw or something like that. I want, the purpose of this is to help us grow, you know, thinking about the world. You know, art's just an extension of what's going on out there, you know, and it's also something about mentality. So you know, when you can improve your mentality about things, you can create a broader energy for your life, and you can create, you know, you have the power to make what you see in your mind a reality, based off of whatever type of energy you have in the inside. So me and my brother were just talking about that this morning, just talking about how sometimes we fail. We don't believe in ourselves enough to think that we're worthy of some of the things or opportunities that we are presented with, and then we wind up missing out on the opportunity because we didn't believe we were worthy of the opportunity, and that at some level we it's what causes us, like as artists, for instance, not to charge what we feel like our artwork is worth. You know, we always looking at it from the other standpoint of maybe I'm being unreasonable, or maybe I'm asking for too much. You know, we get those kind of thoughts, and well, when we have those thoughts, then we walk right out of what was intended to be a blessing for us, you know. So, you know, as I grow in my art, I start realizing, you know, like I used to, sometimes when I would do drawings, I would be one that I would make I want to make a deal, but now I don't make deals about drawing, you know, about what I do, because it's not really about the drawing. At that point, it's about, okay, what does this mean to that person? If you're not doing it for the right reason, then this doesn't mean anything to you. And then why should I make a deal for somebody? I could see if I was making a deal with them because it was something that they truly couldn't afford. But the thing is that most of the time that's just not the case. It's just that sometimes people want to be cheap. You know, they want that's just the bottom line. So when that's the case, you know, you got to stand your ground and know that you're worthy. You know, and that you didn't spend all the time learning and drawing repetitive pictures and practicing and studying and doing all this stuff, and then, you know, for nothing. So, you know, I encourage you to stand up for yourself when you, if you're an artist and you don't believe in that starving artist stuff, you know. That's once again, that's a mentality that holds a lot of artists back and frustrates us from getting into artwork and doing artwork. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I've been thinking about a lot lately. A lot of my thoughts have been going toward that, and just a lot of life stuff in general. You know, as I get older, I'm gonna be 50 on my next birthday. So my considerations about life and what's important and what's not I question that a lot. Now I have a lot of questions. Like, wait a minute, am I supposed to be putting all this energy mentally into something that doesn't like matter in the big scheme of things? You know, as I was riding to the Flacodica with my daughter today, I was thinking, man, you know, I'm sure grateful for this time to be able to take her to her class. You know, she was sitting there just blah, 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 blah. And part of me was like, okay, I think you need to stop talking. But then the other part of me was, one day, she's going to grow up and you're going to wish that you had this time to talk to her. Or one day something's going to happen in your life and you're going to wish that you had this time to talk to her. you know, and excuse me, I believe that prevention is definitely less expensive than trying to cure. So, you know, I don't want to wait till I get in the situation. I want to go ahead and start dealing with it now, getting my mentality right about things, you know. Anyway, this is my first little drawing right here. I enjoyed this drawing right here. The reason that I enjoyed it, I always like to, I like different faces. You know, this gentleman here definitely has a, you know, he's a handsome guy, whatever, but he also represents a different look, you know, and I like the challenge of the different types of looks that you can get when you are doing caricature. Caricature is such an expression of what, you know, you want to see versus, you know, me trying to copy someone else's art. Here, in fact, you know, last night I was at one of my venues. I was drawing. Excuse me. I was at one of my venues, and I got an opportunity to talk with the owner, and you know, I was blessed. I'm being blessed with the opportunity to create some artwork for a comedy club. And, you know, I was like, wow, comedy club, that's right up my alley, right? Not to say that I'm a great joke teller. I don't think that I'm funny when I try to be funny. I think that when I just, I don't know, talk about like regular life, people just tend to laugh at what I do in my normal life. So I think that's comedy enough without me trying to make up something to tell somebody, right? Anyway, he blessed me with the opportunity to be able to create some artwork. So I'm going to definitely keep you guys posted on that, on how that comes out. He has a big establishment, so it's going to be just some stuff that's going to be done on like the walls. I'm not sure whether we want to do canvases or whether we want to go on the wall yet, but I want to do canvases and do like these giant caricatures. So I got my work cut out for me, right? All right. Hey, how are you today, Amir? Welcome to the stream. Amir's asked, how do I draw so fast? Oh, well, you know, it's you know, it's to be honest with you, it's a lot of practice, you know, repetition and practice. You know, I draw pretty much daily, you know, but that's why I'm a firm believer, and you shouldn't get involved in something that you don't have any real passion for, you know. Like if you're gonna be a artist just because if you go, thank you so much, Tammy, I appreciate you. Hey Cherish, how are you? I was just asking about you too. But if you get involved in something like this and you do it just for, you know, you want money, or, you know, that stuff will come. Once again, if you believe in who you are and you get the work, you do this part first. You put, you know, when people see the passion and stuff in your work, and then, you know, you can't be one to always be trying to compromise. You got to know when there's a time to make a compromise and when there's not a time to make a compromise. And there's sometimes in life where you can't compromise your position, because if you keep compromising your position, then people will run over you. You know, they'll come at you and say, hey, you know, I know you charge, you know, $30 for this picture or whatever, but, you know, come on, man, can I get it for $25? I was like, well, and the thing is if you're going to compromise, why would you compromise for $5? You get what I'm saying? To ask for such a minute amount off, that means that you really can't afford it. What was that extra $5 going to be for? You see the absurdity in trying to compromise in a position like that? This person is not in a position of need. They're in a position of greed. They want to get something for nothing. So you got to recognize that, stand your ground, but most of all, put your heart and soul in and show that you really care about what you're doing. And then, you know, the opportunities will come for you. You know what I mean? When you go to talk to somebody about where you want to go draw at, you know what I mean? But they're not your source. You know me, I always tell I'm a spiritual guy, so I know God's my source and people are not my source. So if one person says no, that means God just didn't want me to be in that, that wasn't for me. And that opportunity only closed because there's a greater opportunity coming, and I don't want to be caught up in this opportunity here wasting time. You know what I mean? And I think that we should think about it like not just in our artwork, but relationships and all that stuff too. Let's find another picture here. Let's find somebody interesting to draw. Let me see here. I just wanted to show you. This is a picture. I didn't draw this picture right here, but this is kind of funny. This is somebody did a picture. I think this is supposed to be Rihanna, if I'm not mistaken. Even though I personally think that it's like, this is a super exaggeration. I don't know, but it's a good drawing. You know what I mean? What do you think about this picture? I don't know. What do y'all think? You think that looks like Rihanna? What do you think? I don't know. I think it's a cool drawing, though. Either way. All right, let me see. Let's go to, let's try, I don't know. Let's try her again. I know I've drawn her before, but, 3 times is a charm, right? So let's put this paper here. It's over to the side. And I'm going to get to your drawing here just shortly here, Tammy. Tammy, she wants me to draw a picture of a reference that she submitted. So we're going to try to see what we can do with that. All right, let me see here. So this picture right here, once again, let's just keep it simple. The easy way, I like to do, things the easy way. And I find that the easier the drawing is, the easier that you make it, the more, it's going to really be impactful. A lot of times we sometimes confuse movement with work, and that's not really the case. So let's, now with this one here, once again, we can, we'll get our pencil out here. Okay. And I like to start with, this, equilateral triangle thing I learned the other day. So this is actually pretty cool. So you just draw like a triangle in the face. Okay. And then once you draw the triangle, this becomes the center for your features. And after that, everything else becomes pretty simple. You just we'll start drawing our features in here. All right. And we'll make everything nice and simple. Okay. Now she has like this weird shape of eye right here. Very very something like this. Very angly, right? If you don't get this right on her face, it's not going to look like her. So I would do something very angly like this, and then just put my little eyeball shape here. At the bottom, I'll just leave a lot of space under here, like a suggested line. Sometimes you don't want to draw the whole line because then it makes the drawing look too busy. So I'll use like a breaking line right here, and then I'll just come over here and put my nose shape. I guess I'll put my nose shape about maybe right here, because she has I'll just make a small nose shape, and as long as it fits in to the triangle in proportion, I want to make sure my lip kind of stops at the bottom here. So what I'll do is I'll draw a little line here, and then I'll just say, I'm gonna put a little bit of a smile on her too, because she's not really smiling in the picture. So I'm just gonna put some kind of full lips, and then this lip here will stop at the bottom, and this is pretty much what our shape's gonna look like here. All right. Now she has a very small chin, so there's really not a lot of space in between here and where everything stops at. So what I'll do here is I'll just make a little small chin shape here. Okay, if we don't get that particular thing right in her face, it's not going to look right. You know what I mean? Okay. Let me see here. Let's go ahead and draw our eyebrow shapes. I'm just going to color those in. I'm sorry, guys, if I didn't introduce myself. My name is Mr. Rouser. I'm a professional caricature artist. I've been doing caricature for many years. I'm still learning, right? My style is uniquely my own. I don't compare my caricatures to any other artist, because every artist is gonna swear by something different when you do a caricature. You know what I mean? So this is just how I do it. I like to keep things pretty plain and pretty simple. Sometimes I'll do a little bit of exaggeration, a little exaggeration. I'll pick one thing and exaggerate it, but I don't like to get too far outside of the, you know what I mean? So this is kind of how I do it. From here, she really doesn't have a wide. She has a what I do is I use the side of this shape here, this triangle, and I make like another little triangle off of it. As you can see here, her triangles are very small, right? So I don't want to make the mistake of making a very wide face down here, so I want to do something like this. You see how it kind of comes in like that, and her eyes are going to be kind of close to the center of the head, the side of the head, and then I'll see my little neck shape come out here. Now I'm going to go ahead and connect my ears here. Once again, just keep my shapes nice and simple so that you can follow along with me. Let me see here. Also, if you want to do a request, guys, I do have this is like a little request line. If you want me to draw somebody for you, maybe you want to get drawn. I only have a $10 requirement for celebrities and $15 if you want it to be something personal. Those are drawings that you'll get to see me draw live here. I don't ship those to you unless you want to pay the menu price for those pictures. Then I'll send you the menu price through the email, and then we'll ship that picture out to you wherever you're at. We do digital drawings as well. So if you want to get a memory made for someone, we also do those. So I'd like to create a memory for you, right? Let's see if we can get these little braids in here. I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm just gonna do something like this and just kind of scribble like this. I think it'll make it look cool. And then down here, I'll just make some straight little lines. All right. Excuse my imagination. Okay. Also, tips are appreciated. Thank you so much, Tammy, for reiterating that as well. Tips are awesome. And you can do that through Cash App, or you can go through Super Chat, which is right here on the screen. All right, now we're going to do the top of our head shape here. So once again, I'm just going to look at this in regards to the top of this shape here. I can see that this is going to be about maybe this far here from the top of the shape, and I'm constantly just using that shape as a almost like as a building block for the rest of my caricature. So this triangle keeps everything in proportion for me. Okay, and then up here we can see in regards to the triangle that this shape here kind of comes all the way down like out here, something like that. I might make it a little bit more curved in, right? And then let me see, then I'll just go ahead and come over here and make a small shape here, and then we'll come over here and make a little shape here. Once again, just keep it simple. All right, she got like a little necklace on or something. We don't have to make that exactly the same. Okay, and then she got some like little hair out here or something like that. Just a little hair out here. All right, so I think that I like this drawing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase my center triangle, the triangle that I drew in the middle of the picture. And this triangle technique is very powerful, especially when you're using perspective. I've been drawing for a while, so I don't have to really use a lot of perspective lines to be able to turn my face. But if you're just starting as a caricaturist, the easy way to get into this field is number one, start with the most basic position, which is this is a forward facing position. Now, here in shortly, and I reiterate on shortly because we're looking at around my son's birthday, which is in October, that we're going to be trying to release our. Yes, for sure, Tammy. Please send it in, and I'll show your picture off too as well. We're going to be releasing our first book. So my first book is going to have a lot of the tips and tricks and basic shapes you need to know that can get you started in caricature. Where, I believe after you read this first publication that we put out, that you'll be able to go out and do this at a party or something, and people will love what you do. Even because I really worked at making it simple. At first, we wanted to release the book about a year and a half ago, but then as I started looking over the material again, and as I started growing as an artist, because once again I'm constantly learning because I'm making up techniques to help other people see it. So when I make up a technique, then I'll be like, wait a minute, this right here makes it more understandable. And then plus I teach online, so by dealing with students are giving me feedback saying, I understand this more when you say it like this. And then when I get a lot of students saying that, I said, wait, that might be something I need to put in the book. So a few things had to be changed around. So it's going to definitely be a treat for you guys. I hope that you'll get that it's going to be downloadable too. So we're not going to do the print thing. You're going to be able to download it right to your device because, who uses books anymore, right? I wanted to do a book, but all my cousins was like, nobody uses books. And I was like, okay, so I decided to use that book right there. All right, now, once I get to this point right here, let's just go ahead and do a little shadow. I use this little gray right here. I could color it in, but we might do some color sometime during the stream. We'll just see where the spirit takes us, right? Okay, you gotta always be open to the spirit. All right. Okay, awesome. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and add these little lips in here like that, right? Okay, and let's see, I guess we can just put a little line here, maybe. It's cool, huh? And a little something here. All right. And I guess we can go ahead. We can do the hair shape here. Maybe I might use a crayon here. Yeah. Okay. All right. And thank you so much, Cherish, for making that information available to everyone here today. And so we're just going to do a little bit of a quick coloring job here. Use a little crayon. Crayons are awesome for coloring, yeah. Not just when you're in kindergarten. I know we used to color. I remember when I was a kid, I used to color. I used to draw, man, and I would be like out there. My mom said I would draw. I'd just be drawing. There was a time when I could just, I don't know, I could just create what was on my mind, and it was a great stress reliever for me as a kid, Okay. And I'm just about done here, folks, on this drawing here. And then in a minute here, I'll just go ahead and stop and take a look at, I think my hand's pretty warmed up now. So, I see Cherish had, not Cherish, Tammy sent a picture. So I'm gonna take a look at what was sent. I think I need to darken those eyes a little bit. Maybe I could add a little bit more. this color here. Yeah. All right. So we got a good picture there. And so we're gonna go on to our next little drawing here. Let's go ahead and put this up straight. And then I'm gonna get out my pad really quick. My viewing pad. And we've had Tammy send us in a picture. She wants to share with everybody her attempt. And I encourage you to share your attempt. Excuse me. My wife showed me a video last night of a TikTok about how drawing tutorials are, and well, opening scene, person drawing a picture with a pencil really fast, is sketching and stuff. Yeah, you do this, and there was sounds going with it, and then all of a sudden an immediate cut to a finished, awesome, shaded in portrait. And I thought, man, is that how I do it? You know, I don't know. All right, let's see here. Let's see what I can find here. All right, so Tammy sent a photo here. Ah, okay. So this is I'm gonna put this aside here. First of all, Tammy, thank you so much for being a participant in the stream today, sharing your artwork. So this is Tammy's attempt at the young lady here. First of all, I must say, she looks strikingly awesome. Right? I like the way you were able to follow along pretty good here, especially when I look in the eye shape. I have the only thing here I see actually is a really good drawing. Let me go ahead and go here and go to my pen tool, brush tool. All right, and let me see. Do I get? Oh, what's that? Wait a minute. Okay, is that this one? Brush. Okay. Okay, so okay, so it's got this now. So what I would do here, Tammy, also let me see what I can. Okay, so let me see how this works out. Oh, okay. Well, I'm trying to see how this works out. Can I undo? Okay, undo. All right, so this is a black here. All right. Oh, sorry. Undo. All right. So this right here, like this part. Only thing I would do this a little bit more here, just so the angle. This is a pretty confusing app to use. Okay, but other than that, let me see. I'm trying to see if it'll let me. What does this mean? This is an eraser. This is a, what's that? Oh, this is a smiley face. Oh, I didn't even know you could do that. Undo. And then you can do this here. I was just trying to figure out if it had a way for us to. Okay. Oh, okay. Ooh. Yeah, but that's pretty much all I would have did. I would have did something like that. And then over here, maybe the symmetry might be a little off. All right. But your shape here is rocking, like this shape here. As long as you get that shape here right, and then everything else should fit around that shape. You know what I mean? So your shapes, to help you get more symmetry. See here, this is the bottom of your lip, right? So here would have been like, you just bring it in just a little bit here. and then you just kind of doing like this, and you can see the triangle shape that's made right here, right? That's how you know. And then you're making a triangle shape like over here, and then you get what I'm saying. And then you can even use another triangle here in your mind, and you just kind of building your shapes off of the triangle. You know what I mean? But other than that, like I said, it's a really good drawing. I appreciate you sharing with me. I just wanted to give you a little feedback on that. But thank you so much for sharing, friend. Okay. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Cherish, you like that paperback. Okay. Well, we're going to make it so that we're going to do what we're going to do is do it the digital, and then we're going to have like a print on demand type situation. So we're going to see how that works out for us. Let me and I'm going to go over here and I'm going to show you guys something. So I'm going to go here to my I'm going to go here to this program that I have on here. This is a really good program. It's called Sketchbook. And let me see here. What do I got here? Let me see. Let me just create a new sketch here. Custom. No, not custom. Let me go. No. Wait. Preset. And we'll do an 8.5 by 11. Create. And save that current sketch. All right. So remember, when we're gonna be doing the picture, you know, I don't know how well this is gonna show up. Let me see here, because it's like a little bit. It has a little bit of a. Let me put this underneath here, maybe it's so it won't be so glary. Okay, yeah, there we go. All right. So remember, when you're drawing your picture. And we're gonna do a portrait here, and then I'm gonna do Tammy's picture real quick. So, the idea is to have your equilateral triangle, right? All right, and then here I'm gonna put another layer. Doop. All right, and when I put this other layer here, now on this layer we're gonna put our features. So our features will be inside of this triangle. So we'll go, you wanna. And we'll even use a different color. So let's use black. Let's go back to our color history. And then we'll have something like this, right? And then you can see where your nose shape is going to be. All right. Oop. Blah, 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 blah. Right? And then your mouth shape, right? Should end about right here. Okay? This is where your brows are going to be. So everything should fit in here. Now, if I take another color, let's say green, and I'm looking at other shapes. You have two triangles on the side. Everybody has them in their face if you train your eye to look for them. Well, there's a triangle here and a triangle here, and then there's a chin shape that kind of connects those two shapes together. Okay. This is for every single face that you could ever possibly draw. However, sometimes you'll get a face like this. So if I take let's just say I take this off, sometimes you'll have a shape that, and I'm just gonna put another layer here this way. Sometimes you'll have a shape that does something like this. So the triangle will look like this. Or it could come all the way down past here to here. Okay, you just have to imagine this line coming down, you know what I mean, and then your chin shape is down here. But this is because the person is, they have they have a fuller face shape. So this is what happens when you eat too much hamburgers. Your face gets like this, right? So those chisels. So a chisel face is when you can see more of the. Let's take this out. Let's take this layer off. A chiseled face is more when you can see your definitions in your face. Okay. This is after you you throw the hamburgers out the window. No more milkshakes, no more French fries, and definitely stop guzzling the beer. Right? Alcohol does it to you too. They make you right, and then you'll start seeing that these little triangles here in your face, if we look at them, it's, you know, you want to, it's kind of like at the bottom, the triangles cut off, you know, and then you put a chin shape in between. And sometimes it might be a good idea. So this is one extreme here, and if we take this one off, this is the other extreme where you have the fat face. You get what I mean? Okay. So to give you let's look at a face over here. Let's take this face down and let's look at let's see here. Let's look at let me see if I can find I want to find one of my charts here because it'd be easier to go between faces that way. Let's see, no, not that one. Here we go. Let's see. Okay. All right. This is a guy everybody asked me to draw that. Look at him. Okay. Clearly, he's going to lean more toward this situation here. So let's do this right here. Okay. Let's blueprint the picture out over here first. So let's turn off. We don't need this, and we don't need this. Okay, so we pretty much got the layer down. Now what we could do here, if we want, I can go to this layer right here, and then I can do this, and I can transform it. Wait. I'm going to change the perspective of it. So I'm going to pull it out a little bit more. Okay. You see what I'm saying? So now we can see all I did was change his facial features, relationships to everything else in the face, right? He really doesn't have a big chin shape. His lips are going to stop about right here. His eyes are about right there, so I can put done right here. Okay. Now on my paper over here, I'm gonna take this and put it aside. Okay. We're gonna use what I just showed you. So you'll take your pencil, if you're a beginning artist, or even if you're a seasoned artist, just take your pencil and make an equilateral triangle. That means that all the sides are even on the shape. That's all that means. Okay. Now we'll take our marker here and we'll say, okay. I'm doing the same thing kind of like, okay. Now, because he's at a 3/4 view, what's going to happen is this side is going to be big, right? This side might start a little bit further out from this. So now this shape will be more like out here. You see what I'm saying? So, and then my ear shape is going to be very small in comparison to the head shape. And the reason I did that is because I don't want to if I make this bigger, how do I make something look big? Well, I surround it with small stuff, right? So this shape, I want it to appear to be big. So I surround it with small shapes. Now all I'm doing is this. Watch. Okay. Put my eyebrows here. My nose shape. Now remember that I'm looking at his triangle. What consumes most of his triangle? His nose shape. So his nose shape is going to be the biggest shape in here. It's going to take up the most space. Get what I'm saying? I got to pick one thing. Now, once I do that, now I can come over here and I'm going to bring all of my shape. I'm going to do like this, And like this, I'm gonna make his shape small in here because I don't want these to be big shapes, right? You get what I'm saying? Actually, I could have made him look a little meaner, but that's okay. You get what I'm saying? And then my mouth shape will come like this. So now this will be the bottom of my lip right here. That's where his lip is going to be sticking out from. So this part would have to come up here, and then this part would have to go down. So as long as I'm staying within my triangle, this forces me to stay in my triangle. So you got to figure out what is going to absorb the most space in the middle of your triangle shape. That's really what you need to figure out. Okay. In this case, I chose his nose shape. Okay. So once that's in there, everything else really just fits just like easily. Okay. This would be the side. Now his hat is kind of pointing this way, right? So we know this is going to represent the side of the face, right? So I'm just going to go over here. All right. And then come over here, right? And then come up here. Right? And obviously I don't have enough paper here to finish this all up, but you see how easy you can get a cartoon of somebody. You don't even have to draw no simple. You got to get where you place your features right first. If you don't get that right, no matter how well you draw, you're not going to be able to get a likeness of the person. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Okay. I love it when they call me Big Papa, right? All right. So this is how you formulate your picture. You got to understand the power of the triangle, right? The triangle offense is not just for basketball, right? All right. So I hope that y'all kind of understand that. So we're going to go ahead real quick, and I'm going to go to Tammy's picture. She wants me to do a picture here today. I don't know what song is. Okay, so let's put this over here to the side, and let's see if we can find this picture. Let's close this app out real quick. Hey guys, I hope that you enjoyed that video tutorial. If you did, don't hesitate guys to go ahead and give us a like. Also guys, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below and the notifications button. This way, when we put up new material, you'll be the first to know. If you have any questions about our markers or pens or paper, and you'd like to know where I get some of the materials that I use here on my art stream, there's a link in the description below, so you can go ahead and check that out as well. And also guys, we'd like to welcome your questions and comments so that we can get some new ideas. You know, it's always good to have new, fresh ideas for our next and upcoming videos. Oh, and don't forget to check out these 2 super cool videos right here. So guys, thanks again for your love and support of our channel. You guys be safe out there. And as always, guys, I wish you happy cartooning.